All right. Y'all been asking about the Florida car, man. This the Florida car. Y'all want the Florida car? Huh? Y'all want the Florida car? Let's go. All right, let's go. We're going to get the Florida car going, man. All right.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located on the North Island, Freeport.
Tune in to Unique Mecca Audio.
All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. Make sure y'all cop the book of Raw in Harlem, the audio book at rawinharlem.com. And don't forget the merch, at rawin.harlem.com, the Shut the F Up shirt, you know what I mean? I got the shirts with this on the cover, you know what I mean? Just so y'all know what time it is, man. But we gonna start this story and we gonna get this thing right, all right? This right here is about the Florida car. Lum Park 201. Yeah, all right. I left Atwater alone, so we're going to play with Lum Park 201. I get to Lum Park, you know what I mean? I get there on the bus. When I get on the bus, the police tell me as soon as I get off the bus, so you see how official it is out there. As soon as I get off the bus, the police say, yo, you know Big C? You know what I mean? Shout out to the Supreme Team. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I don't know who that is. And like, oh, you got a big homie here, C. He be representing here in the whole, just letting you know what I mean? It's official compound, Ask anybody, we respect him. He back there, we treating him good. He in the shoe, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, all right. So we pulls up to the joint. So when we pull up to the joint, I'm hoping I go to the shoe so I can see my man C. But instead, they take me to Functified. They put me in a unit with a dude from Alaska. I gotta tell you that was a whole escapade with this dude. At this time, I kind of got my head right and I'm trying to avoid unnecessary situations. So youngins, if you're trying to avoid unnecessary situations to wind up doing time and more time in prison, stay away from crime. That's the best way to do it. Because I had one foot, you know what I mean, in the mud, and I had another foot on the sidewalk with the sunshine. But I'm trying to move forward. Now, they put me in there with a dude from Alaska. Remind me to tell you all about my Alaska celly, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say his name because, he a good dude. He did some cruddy creep shit, but, he a good dude because everybody got cruddy creep shit in him, from the next man's eyes. Even myself. You know what I mean? Just so you know. So, I don't disrespect nobody. I just keep it 100. You know what I mean? We all got some shit with us. Now, they put me in there with my man that I became cool with from Alaska. So now we in the joint, we chilling. He run with the Alaska car. We out west, we in California. So, Alaska got a place they call SeaTech. When he was at SeaTech, he just got locked up. He a black dude. He up there in Alaska. There ain't too many black dudes. So he got mad females writing him and some bad females. I'm talking about he got Samoan females. He got Hawaiian females. He got Alaskan females. I mean, and they different than what I'm used to seeing. You know what I mean? So every day he getting his mail and his letters. And remind me to tell you about mail letters and how that could cause problems in the prison. Remember that. Mail letters, how that could cause problems in the prison. Remind me in the comments to do that. Now, he getting all these letters and pictures every day, because everybody look forward to mail call. Ain't nothing better than mail call in prison. Y'all been in prison, you know what mail call mean. Mail call is like getting parole. You know what I mean? When you hear your name called for mail. Because everybody crowd around the bubble, the police pull up the mail bag and he calling out the names. Unique, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's like you won the Oscar when you go up that joint. You know what I mean? It's like you won the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. So you go up, you get your mail, and everybody see you getting mail. They know that you're not forgotten, especially after you've been down a little 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, definitely after 20 years to still get mail, to still get the applause. You know what I mean? And I got mine all the way to the end, just so y'all know. All right? So now, my little Alaskan buddy, he getting all this mail and all that. He doing good. Every week he going to the store, he buying the spending limit, spending all his money. You know what I mean? I'm going to get into what he do with it after he buy it later, because this ain't about him right now. This about the Florida car. So now, I used to hustle in Miami, not hustle, but I lived in Miami and had a little club down there. Big shout out to Mana Mana on 5th Street, on them things. That's on and know what time it is. So you already know, say, me, I run up and down the East Coast and I do my things. All right? If you don't understand what me I chat about, y'all say, y'all admire what me just said. But anyway, so I'm chilling, Got a Florida dude in there, big old Florida dude. Dude big. Oh, man, he big like an ox. You know what I mean? So we going to call him Ox. You know what I mean? So, Ox come in there and he's like, man, I heard of you. I know who you are, blah, 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 blah. And, he giving me my flowers, But he heard of me as far as, every jail that I'm in, I'm bringing in weed, dope. You know what I mean? I'm getting money and, I'm running poker table. I'm financing everything. So, he trying to get in where he fit in because he all the way from Florida, all the way out there in California. So, that's how men do. Men, instead of hating, they come to you and congratulate and say, man, put me down. Let me eat with you. That's how men do. But then you got the haters that sit back and say, that black ugly nigga, I don't know how them girls coming to see him. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm glad he think I'm ugly, so it's all good. As long as he think I'm ugly, I ain't got to put the knife in him for even saying nothing stupid out of place. You know what I mean? So now, dude coming to introduce himself and he tell me who he is and, he trying to get me to move up in the cell with him because he want to be close to what we call in prison, the pack. You know what I mean? The pack is the drugs, the weed, the heroin. You know what I mean? The stamps, because like I said, penitentiary rich. But he ain't really trying to move up there with him, but he official dude. He like to mix with everything. It was about 8 Florida dudes there at the time. So we sit there and we go to the yard and we gamble. We playing, craps under the TV, under the shed. Because they got a TV out in the yard under a shed. Everybody go out there, watch the sports game or, so during the afternoon, dudes go out there and watch, yes, the soap operas. You know what I mean? All My Children, General Hospital, Young and the Restless. So they out there, and that's how they doing their time. They get absorbed into what's going on in the European lives on them joints. So now, we got this thing going. So we out there, we chilling and, I go out there and my first day on the compound, I'm walking through the compound and here comes this Mexican dude walking up with his hands in his pocket. I'm walking with the homies. So he come walking up and he gritting. You know what I mean? So I'm just getting it. The homies don't know me. They heard of me, so on, so, but they thinking I got beef from another jail the way he, little neck shaking back and forth like one of them little bobbleheads in the back of a old, what's that old 98 back in the days, them little air fresheners they had. So he roll up, and when he roll up, he got both his hands in his pocket. You know what I mean? I ain't got no knife yet, because they ain't give me a knife yet. I just get to the yard. So as soon as, he start walking up, big shout out to my man Picasso. He was a painter, so he kept his paintbrushes with him. He slid me a paintbrush. You know what I mean? Because, paintbrush, anything pointy is a knife. You know what I mean? He slides me the paintbrush. So I take the paintbrush and I grip the joint and I slide it up in my sleeve. And I'm holding it. The bristle is up here. You understand what I'm saying? The bristle's all the way up here, And, the point is down here. But I got it where I could just snap it out like old switchblade. So when dude walking up to me, Picasso slide me the paintbrush. I got the joint cuffed in my sleeve, and dude walk up and he pulls his hand out real quick and he give me that and shake my hand and said, man, nice to have you come here, man. It's a Mexican dude, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at him like, and, because like I said, I try and watch what I say because I don't like when people try and act like if, you know what I mean? I'm disrespecting a race when I don't do that because as you see, I get along with all races, you know what I mean? But, this was Emmy, you know what I mean? So he rolls up. They're not even supposed to deal with blacks. You know what I mean? I've been told y'all that in all the story. But when he rolls up, he puts his hands out. And when he shakes my hand, he hits me and there's 3 balloons in there. You know what I mean? There's 3 balloons, you know what I mean? That got 2 grams of heroin apiece. You know what I mean? So he just hit me off with a little, 6 grams. It was either 2 or 3 grams in each. I think it was 3 grams. It was 3 grams in each balloon because it was 9 grams altogether. And out there was so much heroin that they selling the heroin for like $250, $300 a gram. On the East Coast, it's going for $500, but we got that China white that's more expensive and kick your ass if you into that. You know what I mean? I ain't never messed with that, but that shit kicked their ass. I seen a whole lot of dudes OD from that. But he slaps me off with 3 balloons in each joint. You know what I mean? 3 balloons with 3 grams in each joint. So when I get that, I feels it, I grabs it, I coughs it, I put it in my pocket. And he said, man, it's from the big homie you was in ADX with. He told me you was coming. You know what I mean? He said, man, let me talk to you for a second. He just hit me off with 9 grams. You know what I mean? By the time I bust that down, I'm gonna make it a little 6 grand easy, you know? And that's looking out for people. I'm gonna make 6 so they can still eat. So he pulled me aside. He said, look, we ain't allowed to deal with the blacks here, but the big homie told me to get that to you, so I'm getting that to you, but I can't do no more business with you. But, if you want to cop, if you want to do something, we don't know what you want to do, but if you want to continue to do something, you got to deal with the Border Brothers. You know what I mean? But the big homie said to give you that. The Border Brothers is another Mexican gang that, just came over, but they deal with blacks. You know what I mean? And that's who sold to the blacks. But the MA and the Serenos and all that, they didn't sell to the blacks. But dude looked out for me. So now I got the joint. I go back in the unit, and I'm finished walking the track, and the homies is like, yo, who was that? They didn't see the pass off. I'm like, nah, that's one of the homies I know from ADX. That's his man. He's like, yo, out here they don't mess with black people, and be careful, man. They doing that. They might have been marking you so that other dudes looking, know who you are, and they might try and hit you up when you're going in the unit. So this is what they thinking. That dude came over there, slapped me 5. So while I'm walking, you know what I mean? The other Mexican brothers, the other MAs and Serenos would know who I am, so they could stab me up when I go in. You understand? But they don't know that they just hit me off with like $7,000-8,000 worth of heroin. So, we walking in and shit, and another black dude, this one's a Crip. You know what I mean? Same thing. He come walking up, he slapped me 5. He gave me 2 balloons with 3 grams in each. You know what I mean? So, now I got a little 15 grams. You know what I mean? Like a half ounce. And I'm just touching the compound. I didn't even get a knife yet. All I got is a goddamn, paintbrush. You know what I mean? Yeah, a paintbrush. That's my knife. So we going in the unit, and then my mans and them, from New York, they telling me, yo, the Bloods and the Crips, they don't mess with us out here, da-da-da-da. And, so be careful. I don't know who that dude was. I already see you just getting here. And it's like, you know what I mean? You know everybody, and it ain't good to know everybody. We stay amongst the car, this and that. But mind you, no disrespect to the homies, the car was broke. They wasn't getting no drugs because they not in their backyard. They get it themselves. The Mexicans is getting it, and the Bloods and the Crips is getting it. And they just blessed me when I came, but they telling me not to deal with them, and I'm trying to eat to feed my family from in the joint. You know what I mean? Just keeping it 100. So now, we walk in the unit, we go back in the unit, I pull them out, I look at the joint. And I'm like, God damn, I never seen this shit before. This black tar. That's what they got out there. I'm used to getting the China white on the East Coast. And, but I've never seen no black tar. Shit was hard like a little piece of chocolate, but it was hard. Like, you know what I mean? So I go up in the joint and I pull my man in the cell, the Florida dude I'm telling you about, Big Ox. And I show him one of the balloons. I said, y'all, homie gave me this. How they move this out here? I don't know how to move this shit. You know what I mean? So he showed me how to cut it up and made the little 5-book papers and this and that. And he said, man, I'll move it for you. You know what I mean? So I start giving them 10 papers at a time. You don't want to give them too much. I got like 40 papers, 5 books a piece. I got like 40 papers. You know what I mean? 5 books is $25. $25 times 40. You know what I mean? That's what I got out of the joint. But I'm giving them 10 at a time. So he works in the rec yard, and he's what they call in the prison old yard dog. Every time they open the gate to go to the yard, he out there. And he hang out there all day in the yard. But he works in the rec yard where he clean up things like that. But he mixing, he know everybody. And he was a hustler, straight hustler. So he went out there, knocked out the 10 papers in that one move, came back, got 10 more, knocked out the 40 by the end of the night. You understand what I'm saying? So now we chilling. Now, we go upstairs, and big shout out to the Crips. You know what I mean? The Crips and the Bloods. Because the Crips and the Bloods, they got a game, a dice they playing up there. They playing CeeLo. They like the New York atmosphere to CeeLo, because it was something different for them other than the craps. So they go up there to this, I think it's 3 or 4 floors. Y'all correct me in the comments that was in Lum Park. I think it's 4 floors. Yes, 4, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4. But they up there on the 4th floor, and they got an empty room that was really like a mop closet where they put the mops in, but we take the mops out and everybody go up there on the 4th floor because they only got one police in this joint with 4 floors, my nigga, and open rails. You know what I mean? So imagine 4 of these tiers behind me. You understand what I'm saying? And one police that got to walk around and check that joint. So you do what you want to do. You kill a nigga in the cell, rape a nigga in the cell, whatever you want to do in the cell. So if you young niggas think you want to go there and the police going to protect you and you're going to be able to do all this with the police, dead that. You understand what I'm saying? One police, he worrying about going home safe the same way he walked in safe. He ain't trying to go putting his head in nobody's cell or going in nobody's slop closet while niggas gambling and all that because, you know, niggas up there, you know, talking reckless. So we up in the joint and we gambling on the 4th floor. So while we gambling, the Florida dude, no disrespect, you know what I mean? And somebody said this in a comment, like they try to challenge me. You can't challenge me on nothing. You know what I mean? Because I speak facts. They try to say that they don't call each other fuck niggas. You know what I mean? Back in the 80s and 90s, you know what I mean? That was a term of endearment. You know what I mean? Fuck nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So the Florida dude shooting the dice, and every minute he's saying F nigga this, F nigga that, F nigga that. You know what I mean? And he winning because he knew how to gamble. He was a born hustler. So he up there winning these F nigga this, and the Crips and the Bloods, they looking at him, and you know what I mean? But he ain't mean nothing by it. He ain't trying to be disrespectful. That's just his terminology. Like, yeah, son. You know what I mean? But they say F nigga like we say son. Like DC say slim. They say F nigga. You know what I mean? And y'all go on and challenge that and you ask your homies from out there back then. But don't let me have to start calling names for your homies, nigga, to stamp what I'm saying if you got any goddamn thing. I'm talking about the feds. I don't know what you do in the state, but you also did it on the street because I lived down there and that was a common phrase that dudes used to call each other F niggas. Now, so you know I'm official. Now we up in the joint and he doing all that and the Bloods and the Crips, they mad that he winning and he calling them an F nigga this and F nigga that, but he do that anyway, normally just talking, you know what I mean, when he talking to his other Florida homies and things like that. So, everybody learned that, that's how they did it down there. You understand what I'm saying? That they called each other F niggas. But it was this one Crip dude was like, nah, my nigga, we gonna fight. You don't call me enough F niggas for the night. We gonna fight. Florida dude, Big Ox, was nothing nice. You know what I mean? He said, man, we gonna do what you wanna do. What you gonna have your homies jump me? Because, back then, no disrespect to the Bloods and Crips. When they move as a unit. So, they'll jump a nigga. You know what I mean? But you also got men like the big homie. I'ma holler at one of the homies from Cali, see if it's all right to say his name, because I don't like to say his name. And, he passed away, rest in peace. But his homies know him because he was official. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? He said, nah, we gonna fight. You know what I mean? So, of course, all the little wolves, you know what I mean? That's up under the, the Crip dude, they swarming. They ready to go in and put their work in, thinking that the big homie ready to jump somebody, But the big homie officials, he said, nah, y'all fall back. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, this me and him one-on-one, because I know that's his, that's his terminology for talking, but I'm going to teach him that you don't talk to a man like that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to see him one-on-one. We ain't going to jump him. You know what I mean? We on the 4th floor, ain't no police. So everybody come up out the room, they go in the room, and we lock the door. Got a little window like this. They got the glass bust out so you can see in there and all that, because they took all the glass out of the windows, even in the cells. You know what I mean? In Lum Park, because, they didn't want dudes breaking them, cutting the glass, making knives out of it. Yeah, they cut the glass, make knives out of it. So the two of them in the cell, and the Crip dude is big too, but he in shape. Like, you could tell he did more pull-ups and dips, you know what I mean, and bench pressing because his chest sat out, bang, and he had big arms. But the Florida dude was just thick all the way, like a little ox, like a baby gorilla, like a baby silverback. So picture these two dudes up in the cell, and they rumbling, man. They rumbling up in there. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, they turning it. They rumbling. You understand what I'm saying? All you hear is these two big dudes slamming each other on the door, and we out there, and you know what I mean? Crip dude holding the door down, make sure nobody come out. The Florida dude, homie, holding the door, make sure none of them come out, because there ain't no running out when you get up in that cage. Only way you coming out if somebody lay down or somebody tap out, because this is a fair one. This ain't no Crips jumping nobody, no Florida jumping nobody. This is man on man. You know what I mean? Gorilla on a gorilla, wolf on wolf, my nigga. So if you youngins want to go in there and experience this, keep breaking the law. Because they got plenty of joints for you up in there. So don't say Unique Mecca Audio never told you. So you can't run that lame ass excuse like I said that I could run, but I don't run because I should have known better. Like you should know better. But now you know the facts. So anyway, they up there rumbling, and they went on for about 20 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when they did that, we got tired of waiting outside. So we opened the door and said, damn, y'all finished yet? You know what I mean? So the two of them stopped, you know what I mean? And the Florida dude was getting out on the Crip dude. You know what I mean? So the Crip dude is like, nah, I ain't done yet, because I feel he got out on me. Official Crip dude. He said, nah, we ain't done yet. You know what I mean? Because he ain't expected to last that long because he knowing turn it over on the nigga and knock him out. So he wasn't trying to hear all that. You understand what I'm saying? So he said, nah, close the door. You know what I mean? So the Florida dude like, whatever. You know what I mean? So they close the door and they go at it for another 20 minutes. So now they go at it for 20 minutes. The two of them tied, so they holding each other now. Now they want to wrestle. But they really trying to catch their breath. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, one of the big Crip homies, I'm asking for somebody to say his name. You know what I mean? So I could, you know, put some faces to this. Like I said, I don't say names without permission. So the big Crip homie, he opened the door when they was separated, when they was together, and he separated them. He said, nah, you know what I mean? If y'all gonna fight, y'all gonna fight. We ain't gonna do no wrestling and all this. If y'all tired, nigga, we ready to go smoke a joint, nigga. You know what I mean? So the Crip dude said, it's whatever, man, let's go. So the Florida dude said, man, let's go. So I know the Florida dude, he's selling my weed, and I already know it could get ugly if they keep going all night, because the dude ain't gonna want to keep fighting all night, you know, playing a fair one when you getting in his ass. You know what I mean? Crip dude got in his ass on the second round. You understand? So the Florida dude wanted to go again, but he wasn't crazy enough to push the issue that he wanted to fight. But he wanted to fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was his rescuer, because I went in there, I said, yo, come on, man. You know what I mean? That's enough. So I gave each one of them, you know what I mean, a little paper of weed, you know, nice little bud, and said, yo, good fight, man. I enjoyed the show. Now let's go downstairs and get something to drink. You know what I mean? So we went downstairs. We got some liquor, penitentiary liquor. This wasn't the White Lightning. We was drinking orange juice. They were taking the orange juice, putting the rotten fruit in it, you know what I mean, with the kicker, and turned it out. Y'all know what the kicker is. Y'all been in prison. You know what I mean? So we made a little jailhouse wine. So we went downstairs, we drunk some wine, and we talked about it. But now this big nigga, now he on my team, because remember, I already had him selling papers all day for me. Kept the money straight, played fair, and he showed that, you know what I mean, in time of war, he gonna hold it down. Because by real, he the only one up there from Florida, up there gambling. You understand what I'm saying? Where his homie had to come up and hold the door, but this is all Bloods and Crips, and he the only Florida dude, and he got one of his third homies holding the door while he up there with all Bloods and Crips, and me and my New York ass up there, and another one of my New York homies that used to run with everybody. I gotta ask him so I'd say his name. He got some good stories too. I want to tell you about him, but I like to get permission before I do it. So, you know, we go downstairs and we all drinking wine now, we smoking weed, and I respect that Crip brother, man. I respect him. Rest in peace. He passed, man. So y'all was in Lum Park. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That was in Functified that time. A few of them I'm in touch with now that know who it is. So if you give me permission to say his name, I give him his, you know, say his name to give him his flowers. But the Crip dude, he walked up to the Florida dude and he said, man, good one, homie. You know what I mean? Just let them know I respect your game. I respect your fight game. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, that's how it is, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's how men do. So you youngins want to go to prison, play these little games, and think that it's a bed of roses, and you're going to sell each other wolf ticket and play these games? Stop the crap. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, they shook hands, we smoked, we drank, you know what I mean? And back then, the Crips was getting in that chronic. That's what they called it back then. That straight chronic. That shit y'all call now, what they call that shit, sour diesel and all that. That's what they was getting in with the purple heads and all that. But I'm going to tap out there, you know what I mean? But I'm going to let y'all know, you know what I mean? Make sure you cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. You know what I mean? The audio book, the book, get the merch, you know what I mean? The shut the F up shirts that we give it to a nigga that don't know how to shut up, you know what I mean? And, you know, don't forget, you know, my homie, you know what I mean? Big D, he had Instagram at official_, big.d, you know what I mean, at Instagram. I'm going to say it again. Make sure you follow my homie. Official_big.d. He down with the homie Moby. You know what I mean? They do their thing. You know what I mean? They ultramagnetics. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I ain't gonna be here all day. I'm gonna tap out, let y'all know what it is. If y'all want to hear some more about Big Ox in the Florida car, y'all let me know, man. Alright.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, heat back on the strip, getting